to get across the carriageways and onto the hard shoulder. I took the tyre to a mechanic I knew, and he said he'd never seen anything like it. I thought about reporting back to the police. At the start, I didn't do it, because I was thinking all they're going to say is you're mad. And of course, this may just be a coincidence. But given the other circumstances, I'm inclined to believe it was some kind of attempt on my life. The reason that subsequently I did go to the police was because a journalist, or in fact several journalists, told me that MI5 was going around saying that I'd revealed the name of State Knife, whose name is now public record, it's Hitachi. I revealed that to the Irish press. I did not do that, but of course that would be designed to make me a target of loyalist terrorists. If I went to Northern Ireland, they'd say that's a legitimate reason to shoot me. And so the two things together, I decided to go to the police to report the matter to them and make sure it was the Southern inquiries and the Stevens inquiry. So if they didn't kill me, at least we all know. No consolation to me, of course, but it may just deter them slightly from the fact this information is now with the police and maybe subsequently leave the press again.
Comments on which groups are currently interested in MI5?
Well, I don't work for the service anymore, so I don't know, but I imagine that given we have 2 million people on the streets marching against war, given that these things are happening, it is inevitable that MI5 will again take an interest in the left. People have said to me, when I was in MI5, I was told you don't know your phone's tapped, you don't get any of these clicks, and you don't get playback and so on. There's been occasions where, obviously, I pulled up the question because I've had clicks on my line, and crucially, on one occasion when I was on the phone to stop the war, I clicked the line shut, opened it again, and heard my conversation being played back. That would indicate to me that MI5 are interested in the stop the war.
Yeah, a couple of issues. First of all, in terms of the groups who MI5 are interested in monitoring, well, they say themselves, various groups, aside from what they regard as foreign terrorist groups, in recent times, Scottish and Welsh extremists, right and left-wing extremists, far more right extremists, and other militants in British protesters, which of course would probably include animal rights. And if you look at the special French guidelines, I just have to be looking at now, they refer to organised football violence, animal rights extremists, anti-globalisation, environmental extremism. And I would add to this, although it doesn't seem to be here, I think the case of Andy Carmichael shows that anti-EU groups are in the frame as well. Just another quick point I'd like to make. I was very intrigued to hear about that version of an assassination attempt involving a tie wall in one spot, which some people might think could be a stone chicken or a nail. Now, I don't doubt that there may be some loyalists who might have wanted to take you out if you reveal State Knife. But you see, the version of the attempted people planning to murder you in Ireland was on the documentary where you seem to be implying that MI6 might be planning to take you out. So we have MI6, so we have on one occasion, and we have loyalists on another.
Two separate occasions.
Well, you mentioned one.
Well, when I was mentioning the thing now, nobody asked me who I thought might be taking me out. And I've got to say, if it was going to be done in this country, I would think it's MI6. I don't think there's any inconsistency with those 2 points.
2 minutes ago,
that was in the State Knife case. In the State Knife case, that would be more interesting. Loyalist terrorists who want to kill you for revealing the name of a British agent.
Okay, the next question comes from Sheila Trapolska of the Freedom Collective, and she's asked, is Freedom Press, the anarchist press and bookshop based in Whitechapel, have they ever, or the collective, have they ever been under surveillance and or infiltrated? If so, who, when, what, etc.?
All I can say is, for seeing out old files, I can't remember in detail, but certainly yes, we've had agents in bookshops like that. I can't remember any detail from my time about that, but certainly MI5 in the 80s went absolutely crazy about Trotskyists and anarchists and had lists of people, I mean, even people got files for buying books from left-wing book clubs, going to left-wing bookshops and so on. So that's entirely consistent, but I don't know the details.
Okay. Next question comes from Robert Henderson. And he asks, David, presumably, you had no regular income for nearly a decade. How have you funded your life?
Well, to start with, I'm about £25,000 in debt to my relatives and good friends who've been good enough to lend me money over the years on the possibility that the book my girlfriend has now written will make us some money. I've also, where possible, tried to appear on television and radio and write articles, and I've done stupid promotion work, like pretending to be James Bond and things like that. It's been bloody hard trying to make ends meet, and saying we haven't actually done it. I owe people £25,000. I've tried my hardest to pay those people back. I've tried my hardest to sell the book, so I can eat and so I can come to events like this. I don't have any suspicion about my income at all.
Can I ask a supplementary on that?
Certainly.
Yeah, sorry, I have would you be prepared to actually provide an objective audit of your income since you left MI5? The one which would be checked publicly. I'm always a bit suspicious that you've got people who live for nearly a decade and they haven't done any obvious reasons.
Well,
you quite have to do it yourself,
well, you'd have to actually go through my girlfriend's account, not mine, because I don't appear officially to avoid the state getting their hands on any money I do actually have. So you have to be done through.
So you're saying you've had nil income for the last 8 or 9 years?
No, I'm not saying I've had nil income. If you listen to what I was saying, I've earned money at various times from writing articles. I was a columnist at Punch for a bit. I had some money coming from Mail on Sunday to start with. When I first came back to the country, Mail on Sunday paid my rent. And I've tried to do things as a freelance. I've tried to have whip rounds when I've given talks and so on. So just try to make ends meet. I've failed to do that with £25,000 in debt. But I don't think...
Why are you referring me to your girlfriend's account? I'm not asking about this.
Because...
Back to my original question, would you be prepared to actually produce an objective audit of what you've actually received since
well, the problem is I don't know why. You could be doing this on behalf of MI5 and MI6, trying to do that to try and use that information against me. I think most people here would object to having their bank accounts gone through by a stranger. That's kind of human nature. But I seriously do not have any illegitimate forms of income or anything else. I mean, the intelligence services have done their best to try and stop me making a living, and that's why we've got this book out. So if you want to support what we're doing, please buy the book.
Another question to David. Why did David Shayler hint that Peter Mandelson was a secret state asset in 1997-98?
I didn't really get to the state asset. What happened was I had a conversation with some journalists who kind of wanted to represent what I was saying as me saying Mandelson was an agent. I don't know whether he was an agent or not. I don't know how remarkable he was. There were certain peculiar things about his history that I pointed out to him, but I wasn't trying to say, hey, look, this man was an agent. Strange enough, though, I have been told by an MI5 officer that Tony Blair was an agent of MI5 in the 1980s. Again, we put that in the book, but our publishers, on the advice of libel lawyers, would not let us. But I'd be very happy if people are interested in what we might call the apocrypha, the stuff we could have put in the book, to furnish them with those details, as long as they don't have me to getting it off.
Okay, thank you. Does anyone want to ask a question? Yes?